We just paid $10 million for a Kroger shopping center on the Beltline. Now I'm going to tell you why that's a good investment.
Okay, tell them I can't play it safe. Got more wins on the way.
Goodbye, Silicon Valley, and hello, Atlanta.
The Atlanta Beltline.
The Beltline. One step closer to getting Atlanta's Beltline trail completed.
New section is slated to open today.
Atlanta's famous Beltline is getting bigger this morning.
One of the largest urban redevelopment.
All right, Albert. There's an ongoing debate on who made the better decision to purchase the Kroger. Do you think is it a good buy or bad buy?
Yeah, you remember that though. You remember that that auction. I may have let the competition, the competitive side of me, get a hold of that one.
I think you definitely did.
We had an $8 million max, and I ended up paying $10.1 million for it.
You know, sometimes you just want to outbid people.
What exactly happened? How did
there were three things about that site that I liked. One of them was the fact that Kroger's sales were top 10 in Georgia, so I knew that they were going to stay there long term. Second was the Beltline, which I knew the area was gentrifying. We had other projects in the market that we were selling fast, so I knew what was coming to that area. And then I knew that Kroger had signed that lease 20 years ago, so they were way below market rent. And when their lease came due, I knew there was going to be a huge opportunity for redevelopment there and have them part of it. So I was looking at the long term.
How did the purchase day go? Like what happened with the auction?
I mean, I blacked out. I blacked out when I was bidding.
I mean, Joseph got so damn excited you couldn't stop him. I mean, he just kept. Every time somebody bid, he'd bid over that amount. I mean,
No, but what happened? Did you just find it online and you started bidding on it?
Well, no. We prepared. Yeah, we prepared for it. We had to put up some earnest money. We had to, we had 60 days to do due diligence so we could look through everything, all the leases and surveys and everything we needed to make a good decision. But, we had talked about a max bid of about $8 million on it. And once the bidding started...
Joseph doesn't know what max is.
Sometimes you have to, your competitive side comes out and you don't want to lose. I was like, who in the hell is on the other side of this computer that I'm bidding against that won't stop? I was even texting the brokers while we were bidding going, this is crazy. Because the brokers thought that $8.1 million was going to win the deal. And all of a sudden, we were at $10 million, and they were still bidding. Look, it doesn't help that a week after we bought it, somebody called and offered us $1 million more than we paid.
Maybe in the long run, it will be worth it, but I still think he overpaid for it.
That whole area has changed. It's incredible. I don't know if you've been down there, but the Beltline running through it, it's beachfront property today. I mean, they're not replacing any property on the Beltline, and the Beltline's not, it's only a certain finite amount of space that's going around the city. And people are fighting for properties right now on the Beltline.
Well, I mean, the only thing I saw down there was when you showed me the housing, where young people are moving in, buying houses cheap, fixing them up, which,
gentrifying.
Maybe in the long run it will be worth it.
Do you think your kids are being too ambitious, or do you think they need to be more conservative?
I think they're being aggressive. I mean, at their age group, they make a mistake, they can bust their ass and make up for it. But at my age, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, well, the difference is he doesn't have to do a deal. He's comfortable. He doesn't need to stretch himself, especially at his age. And us, we want to grow and take the company to the next level. And we can't do that by sitting back and being too conservative. We've got to be aggressive when we see opportunities and take advantage of them.
The opportunity in making deals is that you don't have to make a deal. And to me, that's when you make the best deals. You can walk away from it, and it's not going to make a difference in your lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's what you've taught us, and we've never been afraid to walk away from a deal, ever.
Is this a get-rich-quick thing?
No, not at all. These properties are long-term holds, and I take pride in my work. So what one of my main roles is to make sure that all these shopping centers that we have are upkept, looking sexy, and all the tenants are happy.
Yeah, so I think the big thing about this is we've parked our money here because
It's a growing area. Things are developing all around us, and we're just gonna sit tight and let everything grow around us, and then we're gonna at some point redevelop this. And we look at it as a generational property. So it's an asset that, God willing, our kids can have and take the cash flow from, and something we can pass on. Yeah, your boy Mike built this. He's not just a pretty face, Talbot.
How often do you guys come over here and hang out?
So we have dinner here like 3-4 times a week. My mom just cooks a feast, and you can't beat it. You know,
Is it because none of you guys have girlfriends?
Basically, yeah. She's the only one that cooks for us. She spoils us.
I didn't know you build houses this nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him you're not just a pretty face.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
screws
not,
in
I'm
light
not all
bulbs.
just good looks, Talbot. I'm somewhat talented as well.
He's also got a lifetime warranty. So you want to tell it, Joe?
I'll tell it. So when we did the plans for the house, and we were talking about who was going to build it, we were basically like, look, Dad, we love you. We love our relationship so much that we're not going to build it for you. We need to hire a builder.
We had a contract with the builder to give him a set fee to build the house.
And
was Michael involved in?
Not really. I mean, Michael was kind of
little
involved
bit,
in the
yeah,
construction. But the builder called me and he said, "Look, Joe, I respect you and your family and your dad." He said, "But this project has taken way too long, and I'm not getting what I've asked for finishes, and I'm going to need more money to finish the project." I said, "Look, I'm happy to call the old man and have this conversation with him, but I can tell you how it's going to go." And he goes, "Well, just do me a favor and see what you can do." So I called Dad and I said, "Look, he's asking for more money," and it just kind of got silent on the line. And I said, "I know what you're about to say. Can Michael finish it?"
So I called Michael.
What choice do I have?
I said, "Michael, what do you think?" And Michael says, "Well, hell, Dad, he's using all my subs anyways. Tell him to take a hike."
So then Michael had to come in and take it over and deal with Albert. And man,
A fee to build a house. So how much I got paid to build this house?
How much?
Guess, Talbot. Guess.
I mean, I don't know. Say it's a multi-million-dollar house.
Love and affection.
I got a hug. That's the
He
biggest
didn't even
fee
tell him
I've
he
paid.
liked
he
it.
didn't even get a pat on the back. A good
No
job.
thank you, no goodbye, no F you, nothing.
What exactly is the Beltline? I know we chatted about it earlier in the video, but what is it? Why is it important?
Well, when I was growing up, it was around my waist, and I'd beat the hell out of the boys with it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now it's around our waist, and we beat the hell out of him with it.
The Beltline is a walking and bike path that connects the inner cities of Atlanta, and it's like a huge loop around.
It's 22 miles total. And it's old railroad lines that a Georgia Tech student did a presentation on it, a thesis, taking old railroad lines and turning it into what is now the Beltline. And the mayor at the time, I think, got wind of his idea and ran with it. And you've got restaurants, you've got bars, shops. I would say after
billions of dollars in development of the Beltline.
And you're talking about valuations after COVID, just with the Beltline, that have apartment buildings down there have doubled in value.
Buckhead, when you graduated, you were younger, you graduated from college, you always moved to Buckhead. That's where all the fun bars and shops and restaurants were. Now you graduate college, you go move to the Beltline, because that's where all the fun shops, restaurants, and bars are. So it's attracting all the young demographic. Well, when Kroger's lease runs out, which is 15 years from now, we've got plans to do a mixed-use development there. So we'll do Kroger on the ground floor with retail restaurants on the Beltline, and then above that we're going to do apartments, and if office comes back, we'll do office component with it.
15 years before the lease is up, and it'll take probably 2 years to build it. 17 years. How old am I now?
Dad, you'll be
I'll be
90
drooling.
You'll be 98 years young.
I'll be drooling by then.
There's guys that are doing it right now, like Warren Buffett. He's in his 90s. He's running their Berkshire Hathaway. You got Harrison Ford still working hard. He's in his late 80s.
We don't want to hear excuses.
Are you excited, Joe?
I'm excited. It's going to be a legacy project, so I'm excited.
Well, y'all keep talking about legacy. What the hell does that mean to y'all?
It means we're going to buy a big yacht that says legacy on the back.